So now we look at the comparison operator, where we compare two things or three things or four things and so on like that. So we say variable high. So high is a variable name, is equals to a, nope, let's say is equals to 10. Now we want to say is high equal to 10. It says true. Meanwhile, true is also a Boolean operator. That's another operator. So Boolean, we have true or false. Boolean is simply true or false. So I'm saying is high equals to 10. It says true because I inputted 10 as the value for high, and I'm saying is equals to 10. True, true. So you could say high is equal to 10. It says false because why you are using double quotes? When you use double quotes, you are trying to say you are inputting a string. So using double quotes, you're saying it's a string. Using single quotes, using a single quote, you're saying it's a character. Meanwhile, if you don't use a quote at all, you're saying okay, this is a number. So you could try the rest yourself. I'll be leaving a link where you could see all the operators, everything I've done here on my OneNote. So we have the logical operator, which is simply and, or, and not. So we say variable high, let's say something else, gf, which is from my name, we say 10 and 20. This is undefined. So now let's see what gf is. Gf is 20. So it stores 20 instead of 10. So we'll use the logical operator when we are writing a function later. Or let's look at the if-else statement. So the if-else statement checks a condition if it is true or false. If the condition resolves to false, the second code block runs instead. So this is the syntax. So we say if score is greater than or equal to 50. Remember, greater than or equal to is the comparison operator. So then say condition congratulate. Congratulate is a function. Don't worry, we'll get to that. So you're saying else encourage, which is also a function. So now let's try that. So variable score is equals to 10. Now saying if score is greater than or equal to 50, which it is not, then we'll say console.log console.log false, else console.log true. So now let's see the answer. So the answer is true because I said score is 10, and I'm saying is score greater or equal to 50, which it is not. So the answer is true. So we could also say is score equals to 50 and score less than or equal to 20. This is still true because the condition is still wrong. So if you clear this and see we say 50 and change this to all. Now it says false because I'm saying or picks at least one, and both condition has to be true, or at least one of the conditions has to be true and not. That is understandable. So now we'll jump into functions. How to write functions. So what are functions? Functions let you group a series of statements together to perform a specific task. So the syntax of function is a function, then you give the name, use a function keyword to declare, oh okay, I'm writing a function, then you give it a function name. So I'm saying say hello. In order for JavaScript to know that okay, this is a function, you have to put those brackets. So now you're saying console.log hello world. So now I want to call the function. We say hello. Oops. So now if you say hello, it just print out exactly what the function is supposed to do. But instead, if you say hello, then add in the brackets, it gives you what exactly the function is supposed to do. So function is very important in JavaScript. It helps a lot instead of writing a lot. So we have something like inner HTML, which is not defined. I'm coming. We'll look at that when we look at the DOM manipulation, the document objects model. So now we're going to treat the date object. I know this is not actually a basic in JavaScript, but this is part of what I'm going to be doing in the project that I did. So it's going to deal with date object also. So when you want to declare a date object, use the variable keyword, then you give the variable a name, then use the assignment operator, then we say use the new keyword. It's just something you have to get used to. The new keyword, then you say date, like a function. So that's an object. So let's do that. Variable today is equals to new date. So that does nothing, but we've created a date, like a date object. So now let's say so now we want to add methods to the date update. We want to know what today's date is, what year we are in, the time exactly. So we say something like variable now is equals to today dot get date. Then undefined. So now if I say now, what's now it? So today's date is 8, which is today's date. So if you check here, so see 8/04/2020. So now let's say we want to get today's want to get the full year. Full year. So now, so we're in 2020. So this is also something you can play around, and I'll leave a link in the description where you could get all these reference materials and also a link for you to learn more. So now we'll be looking at the document object model. Okay, model is missing here. Model. Okay, it simply represents the web page loaded in the current browser window. So this is the DOM, known as document object model. So basically everything we see here are all these. So we could say, okay, this logo, then could manipulate the DOM. So now in the DOM, to initialize anything, you have to say document dot get. You have to say document. You have to call the document, and the document is an object which has everything we see in the HTML tutorial which we did. So we have the HTML, then the head, which could have all this, then we have the body. So this is basically the object, the document object. So on the browser we have the window object, which also has a lot. So the document object is in the Windows object. So the window object is the parent. It's like the one on top. So if you remember, we looked at prompts and alerts. So all that are also in the Windows object. Trying to find your alert. So now let's open an HTML page for you to see what I'm going to do. So now that it's opened, let's do this. So we've given an ID to this div tag. Now we want to we want the DOM to access what is in that tag. So you can say document dot get elements by ID unique. So you see we have the hello and the good morning. So those two elements that are in the div tag unique, we can access it. So the DOM basically just represents everything you've done in your HTML document. It is now on the browser in the DOM where you could manipulate and do anything you want. So when you say document.get elements by ID, you are returning elements that has the value ID. So we have others like documents. So I'm just going to copy this. Documents by get elements, documents query selector, then see div. So this returns the first element it finds as div. So the first div here is this. So you could also say query selector all, So this returns all elements that has divs, that have div element. Like, so we have the div with a class common, and we have the div with an ID unique. So basically, this is the DOM. This isn't like the basic of JavaScript. These are advanced stuff, but I hope you've learned something. I'll see you in the next video where I'll be showing you the creative process of how I made this website. See you in the next video. Bye. Before you go, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.